Hi, I'm Bella Perez Rubio, and you're listening to Teka Teka. In today's episode,
While we are so busy fighting the pandemic, saving the lives of our people, here comes this bill that is being discussed and then passed into law by Congress. So I think it's like a thief in the midnight.
a vape bill staunchly opposed by the Department of Health, medical groups, and health experts lapsed into law on July 25, 2022. It lowers the age of access to vapes and other heated tobacco products from 21 to 18, transfers regulatory power on these products to the Trade Department from a health agency, and eases restrictions on marketing.
We presented the evidence, but unfortunately, mukhang hindi nila pinakinggan yung mga sinasabi naming mga medical organizations. Kaming lahat ng mga doktor na naroroon.
That's Dr. Maricar Limpin, former president of the Philippine College of Physicians, speaking to One News's Agenda on July 28. She was one of the doctors who spoke to lawmakers as they were crafting and debating the controversial vape bill.
At that particular time, we felt that passing a regulation on vape bill is not necessary. Why? Because there is already an existing law regulating these products. So why are they so much in a hurry to pass another law? But this time, this bill is basically deregulating rather than really putting on stricter regulations. Hindi ganun eh. Not stricter regulations to protect the health of the people. Kung hindi din it is more of deregulation.
Not only did lawmakers ignore warnings from medical groups, they also acted against the advice of the Department of Health. Here's then Health Secretary Francisco Duque III talking about the bill on January 24.
Siyempre, malinaw naman ang posisyon natin dyan. Dahil ito ay banta sa kalusugan ng ating mga kababayan, lalo na yung mga kabataan, ay talagang kami ay sumasang-ayon at sumusuporta sa posisyon ng mga iba't ibang associations na nagpakita ng kanilang disgusto for the vape bill. So sinusuportahan po natin sa at pinaglalaban ang kalusugan ng mamamayang Pilipino, lalo-lalo na mga kabataan na ayaw po natin mag-umpisa sa ganitong klaseng bisyo na wala pong idudulot na kabutihan kundi kapahamakan lamang sa kanilang kalusugan.
The Department of Health, in a statement last month, said it was deeply concerned by the new law, adding that it would lead to devastating health effects, diseases, and even death. There was a time when these vaping and heated tobacco products were widely viewed as the lesser evil, so to speak, compared to cigarettes. But medical groups and experts have worked to debunk that. So what exactly is wrong with vapes?
There is growing evidence that vape is harmful, that it is not safe. Number one, it contains almost the same chemicals that we see with cigarette smoking. If you examine the chemicals in vape smoke and compare it with the cigarette smoke, it's basically almost the same. Number two, included in those chemicals are cancer-causing agents. So definitely, if you have cancer-causing agents, then definitely you are at risk for getting cancer.
That was Dr. Limpin again.
I think the evidence that they presented is that there is a lower concentration of the chemicals. Lower concentration doesn't necessarily mean less harm. They have not actually shown any scientific evidence that will show to us that it is not harmful.
On another One News program, Dr. Limpin also flagged the addictive quality of these products.
It contains nicotine, Many of them contains nicotine. Kahit na nga yung sinasabi nilang non-nicotine containing, studies have shown that it still contains nicotine and therefore can cause addiction. And it also contains exactly the same chemicals found in tobacco smoke.
A study published earlier this month by The Lancet, a leading peer-reviewed medical journal, criticized the then vape bill as regressive and driven by politics rather than public interest. The study noted that in the Philippines, 12.5% of children aged 13 to 15 smoke tobacco products, while another 14.1% use e-cigarettes. Meanwhile, the money spent on smoking-related illnesses adds up to more than 188 billion each year, and over 500 children aged 13 to 15 die of cancer, heart disease, and chronic pulmonary diseases annually. Despite these risks, the new vape law transfers regulatory power to the Department of Trade and Industry from the Food and Drug Administration.
Kaya itong vape bill na ito, tinututulan talaga namin because number one, it transfers the regulatory function from FDA to DTI. So it is actually making vaping as just a trade issue. It is not just a trade issue, it is a health issue. And therefore, dapat talaga FDA ang magre-regulate.
But now that the bill has lapsed into law, despite several calls on President Marcos to veto it, medical groups have vowed to challenge it at the Supreme Court. Their cause is backed by Senator Pia Cayetano, who staunchly opposed the bill in the previous Congress, and her brother, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano.
Yes, definitely we will continue the fight. No, we cannot just stay idly. We have to challenge, we will challenge the legality of the process on how it was passed or it lapsed into law. And also we will challenge the constitutionality of this bill because the transfer of the regulatory function is a constitutional issue. And therefore, that's actually what we are preparing when we go to the Supreme Court.
And that was today's episode of Teka Teka. Again, I'm Bella Perez Rubio. This episode was produced by Kat Ventura and edited by Carl Dave Saya. If you liked today's episode, share it with a friend or two, and follow Teka Teka and Puma Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're excited to build our community with you, and it looks like we'll be able to meet for events real soon. So if you want to stay in the loop, please go to pumapodcast.com and subscribe to our newsletter. Thanks for listening.